Good morning everyone and welcome back to Let's Shop Cake Live. We are now in 2023, so I hope you've all had a lovely Christmas and a happy new year to you all. So you can see I've got my jumper on today, so we all know it's got a hell of a lot colder than it was prior to Christmas, so I'd have had my hat on, that's why my hair looks stupid, but I thought I will take it off while I'm doing the show. If I get cold it may go back on while I'm demonstrating. But good morning everyone, welcome joining us today from Let's Shop. I'm all on my own. My lovely Kelly is now based in the Netherlands. She may appear on screen at some point, but Kelly is now not with me anymore at the moment. So I'm going to do my very best to get through this on my own. I'm sure I'm going to be fine. But thank you all for joining me today. So the address that's up on the screen already is letsshopcakelive.co.uk, and that's where you're going to find all the products that I'm going to show you this morning. And of course, because it's a new show, there are new products for you to see. We've got a bit of a Valentine's theme going on today, but we have also got some other ways that you're going to be able to use some of the things that we've come up with on other occasions, because we like things to go across lots of occasions. So I think what I've come up with now is quite sort of multi-seasonal. That's a good word, isn't it? Multi-seasonal. So you'll be able to take what I've done and have a look and see if you can use it across all of the different seasons that we have. Anyway, welcome to everyone who's logging in. I'm just going to check I'm live over here, which I'm sure I am because I can see lots of comments coming up. So I've got my laptop on next to me. Normally Miss Kelly would be checking this, but she's not. There we go, definitely live. I have to do everything now, all the technical stuff as well. So what we're going to do this morning is we're going to obviously start with the school, and then we will move on to all the products that we have got that are coming out. There's been lots of changes, so lots of things that are coming up, lots of information for you. So some of the things that are going to be happening in the future and some of the things that are happening right now. So lots and lots of things to come up over the next couple of hours. So I've missed you all. There we go. Right, so let's start with the school. Let's change that over. There we go. So we start with the cake school. The cake school has already started with a bang. We have started with our cupcake bouquets. So we're starting to do cupcake bouquets every month. Each month we have a new project. So our very first one that has just come out now is this one. And this is called Soft Pinks and Greens. It's a really lovely cupcake bouquet. And what I've done in order to help you all out, for anybody that just wants to have a go, is I have made a little kit for you. Now the kit is on Let's Shop Cake Live, so you'll find the kit on there. It doesn't include every nozzle. I'm just going to point that out. It doesn't include the nifty nozzles, the small nifty nozzles. You will need to go to Sugar and Crumbs to get those. But we've given you some cellophane and we've given you some tissue paper and the cups and some of the other nozzles that you're going to need and the colourings. So we've tried to include everything as far as we possibly can, so that it gives you an opportunity just to have a go, because often trying to buy a few cups and a few bits of cellophane and a couple of bits of tissue paper can be actually quite difficult. But we've done it for you, so we've created a kit. So the kit is on Let's Shop and the class is on the school. Now the class itself, which is the one that's on the screen at the moment, it is available now. It is part of Gold membership. So this is my monthly membership that I'm always talking about at $12.50 a month, or you can just buy the class outright. So somebody asked me the other day, you know, what happens if I'm a member? Do I get to keep everything when I'm stopped my membership? It doesn't work like that. So as you're paying your membership as you go along, you will have access to everything. And then when you stop paying for your membership, you won't have access to anything. So that's what the point of the membership is. But if you want to buy the class and you want to keep the class forever, then you have the opportunity to be able to purchase it as well. So there's a couple of different options in there for the classes, all through all of my classes. But the beginners, the cupcake bouquet one is new, and it's certainly been extremely popular. We've had lots and lots of people going and giving it a go, and we have just started to send out the cupcake bouquet kits. So they have just started to leave us now. We were just waiting for some of the nozzles to come in, but everything's here now and they are on their way. So if you do fancy having a go, then you will be able to join that class, or you can join as a member, or you can buy the class outright. So that's our new start to 2023. But also this morning we have got the new class that I can't get up on my screen because I've pressed the wrong button. It's a good start to 2023. Let's try this one. Is that one going to work? Yes, that one works. Okay, so the castle reveal cake is out this morning. This one is brand new and it is also available on our membership. So this is a gold membership class or a Sugarcraft membership class. So if you're in either of those two, then you will log into Teachable this morning, which is where all my classes are held, and you will find this class waiting for you. So that's now available. It is it's quite complicated. Having said that, I have broken it down into lots and lots of small pieces, and if you follow it really carefully, you will be able to create yourself a really nice castle cake on the back of a wedding cake. Or you could take the elements that I've got and put it onto a smaller cake, maybe a 2-tier cake, but it is a really different cake, and I've already been asked several times to make it again, so I know it's going to be very popular. We know what it's slightly iconic of, but we won't mention that word. But anyway, there we go. So that's a new class this morning. So already in 2023 we've had 2 new classes come out already, so cupcake bouquets and castle reveal, and I can promise you this year there's going to be an awful lot more classes coming, including scenery painting, which we've been asked to do now, which I've already started, more cupcake bouquets, we've got men's birthday cakes coming out, we have also got our, what else we've got, wafer paper flowers on a wedding cakes coming out, we've got gold leaf coming out. There's so many things. Oh my god, Kelly's on. Morning, Kelly. No one else calls me mummy apart from Charlotte, so it might be Charlotte, but I think it's Kelly. So yes, we've got lots and lots of classes coming out over the next year, basically. So a very big year ahead of us with all these different paints and things going on. I'm painting furiously at the moment, as are my beginners. My beginners have all been doing this at the moment. We've had a challenge. We've had a beginners cocoa butter painting challenge, and what I've done is I've tried to get everyone who's been going, oh, I must do this, to actually have a go and do it. And then that's what I'm trying to do, is get people to pick up their paintbrushes, and if they paint all 4, then they can earn themselves a lovely certificate like this. And it is getting people painting, let's put it another way. So lots and lots of people are now picking up their paintbrushes and having a go, because I've set this deadline to the 15th of February to get all 4 done. So you've got plenty of time, if you still want to join that class, to have a go and get yourself a certificate. It's trying to stop, I tell you what it's trying to stop, is everyone going, yeah, I'll get round to it. If I give you a deadline, then you see you're going to feel like you're going to want to do this a bit quicker. So there we go. So if you want to have a go at the beginners cocoa butter painting course, those are the 4 images that you're going to be doing. So it takes, each one will take you approximately an hour and a half each, especially at the start, and then you'll start to speed up. So they're a really nice little project. So in total, you're probably going to spend about 6-7 hours worth of painting. You don't have to do them all in one go, you can do them bit by bit. And if you do join the course, then there is a Facebook page that is running alongside it, so you'll be put onto that group. Or if you're a gold member, you will be doing it in the gold membership group anyway. So either of those two will help you with some support over the class. And I've got so many new certificates to send out. I sent out a load earlier in the week, so I sent out a massive amount of certificates earlier in the week, and now I've got another pile to do. So you're all doing really well. We've probably got about 20-25 people doing it at the moment. There's plenty of other people that are joining in as we go along, so if you fancy having a go at it, then it is on the Cake School, and it is part of 3 memberships. It's part of gold, silver and bronze membership. It's not part of Sugarcraft, because Sugarcraft doesn't include cake painting. So if you want to have a go and you feel like, you don't really know, you want to spend too much, then you can always join as a bronze member, which is just $6.75 a month. Then you can have a go at it, or you can buy the course and you can keep it forever. So don't forget, alongside of that, you will need your beginners cocoa butter painting kit, and that is on Let's Shop Cake Live. So we will have a kit that goes with the course, and again, once you've bought your kit, which is excellent value, you can then use it alongside the course. So our kit consists of a metal paint palette, some cocoa butter, 4 paintbrushes and 11 dusting colours. So the 11 key dusting colours that are in that kit go with the course. So you will have both running alongside by side. So once you've opened your kit, and you will have to cover some boards in some sugar paste, you will then be able to do your painting, because everything you need is inside of that kit. Now, we sold a lot of kits leading up to Christmas, especially because we've been on Patchwork Cutters doing lots of demonstrations there. So we've inspired loads and loads of people to start painting And that's why I then set this challenge, was to try and make sure that it's very easy to buy kits. As Kelly and I both know, we go shopping and we go off to these craft fairs and we go, oh yes, we'll do that. We take it all home. We've got all these great ideas, and then we leave it in the bags. So the idea behind this challenge was to get you to open your kit and actually use it. And a lot of you are finding already that it's an undiscovered talent you never knew you had. And secondly, just how therapeutic it is. So even if maybe you're not getting the results that you want, you're enjoying the fact that you are able to sit and paint. And let's face it, it's extremely cold outside at the moment. So it is nice to be indoors doing a little bit of painting and just having a break away from being outside when it is cold and not very nice. Or if you're finding everything very stressful at the moment, painting is an excellent way to get away from all the stresses. So that's Kelly, why I've been painting all week, because you're not here. And I'm missing you, so very stressed. Just let her know. So anyway, so there we go. So that's coming up on the Cake School. The other thing with next week on the Cake School is the last chance, and I mean last chance now, to do how to price your cake. So we're not going to run this again after this is the very, very last time we're going to do this class. How to price cakes is a live. It's a Facebook live. It's on Wednesday evening this week at 6:30. If you want to buy a ticket for it, it's on offer at £10 at the moment. For those of you that already have tickets or have bought it into the past, you will be able to just join in at any point. So you'll be able to log into the live and then you'll be able to just follow it as you go. So you're very welcome to come back and do it. But this is the very, very last opportunity for this to be live. And we're going to update the pricing sheets again. It's really important at the moment to keep an eye on what's going on with the prices. We all know food prices are going up, but we have now got a comparison from June last year right through to January this year. So it's June, sorry, 21. So that was June 2021 was when I started that course. So we've got all of 2022 and now we've got the beginning of 2023. So you will be able to see from there to there exactly how much the prices have gone up. So it's very important, this class. And if it's something that you want to have a go at, then do please join me for that one. It's just £10. You'll have access to 4 lives and you'll have a load of sheets that you'll be able to download as well. I need to sit and do some maths this weekend and work out what's happened to all the prices as well to keep you all updated. So that will be on Wednesday this week at 6:30. But it is the last one, so there won't be any more after that. We will be starting something else, something a bit different. So that's what's going to be happening for that class there. So if you want to join me, there you go. The address is up on the screen and you'll be very welcome to join it. So don't forget, this one is not part of any membership at all. So if you're a gold member or any Sugarcraft members, you will have to pay separately for your Facebook Live classes. We don't include them for the simple reason it's just too difficult for us to, if you come out of your membership or go back into your membership, to keep taking you in and out of these Facebook groups. So that is why it's not included in the membership. So how to price your cakes is this weekend, or this Wednesday, even not this weekend, this Wednesday at 6:30. Got to get my head in gear. See, Kelly's normally prompting me. She's not here, so I'm having to remember everything, which is a bit of a challenge at my age, I have to say. Right, okay, so we've talked about the classes. Let's have a little look at what I did this week. So we're back on Patchwork Cutters. I've just started going back on there. I did a live on Wednesday. There we go. Let's go down, have a good look at that. So this is Spring Flowers. So Spring Flowers is a patchwork cutter. Now I just took some of the patchwork cutters out of the kit. I didn't use the whole kit because in the kit as well there is tulips, there is also daffodils, large daffodil as well, and lots of different leaves, and I didn't do that. I just used some of the things that were in there. So there's like a little small lily, there's some smaller daffodils, and also these here which were actually meant to be hydrangeas, and I ended up painting them as pansies, but I think it worked. I think I got away with that. And then these here look sort of a bit bluebell-esque, I guess, but I did them like white bells. So I used a bit of artistic interpretation here. So yeah, you can step outside the box. I always keep saying this with patchwork cutters, you are not limited to what's written on the box. So if it says something on the box and you think, nah, I'm going to do something else, then by all means go ahead and do something else. The nice nice thing about this one is this little lily here is very sweet. Now I've done the bigger lily before on patchwork cutters, which again you'll find on my YouTube channel, and actually this one is a much smaller one, a bit more cupcake size, just about, I would say. Let's get the little round cutter out and just see where we are with that. Yeah, so if you wanted to paint that one onto a cupcake, that fits actually quite nice on there. Likewise, some of these. So if you fancied doing some little cupcake toppers, you could make some quite nice arrangements out of the spring set, because the cutters are not huge. So if you wanted to have a go at doing that, then you have the option there. That's the tulip. I'll just show you what that looks like. And there is a daffodil as well, but I can't remember what I've done with it. Oh yeah, there it is. There's the daffodil, which is quite nice. Again, that would make quite a nice topper. If I take that there, look, that fits nicely onto a cupcake. So there are lots of options within the spring set that work really well with the patchwork cutters and cupcakes. So I did a little plaque thinking, well, you know, if you were having a birthday at this time of year and you wanted to just do a pretty little plaque that you can paint in advance, then that's an idea for you there. We have actually put some of the other patchwork cutters onto the site, so I'm just going to show you quickly what they are. One of them is this one, which is called Floral Side Design. Now that will probably be the next one that I paint on patchwork cutters, but I won't be doing that until, I think I've said to Marion, Tuesday the 31st of January, so I'm not going to be live on there next week because I've got too much to do next week. It will be the week after, and it will be in the morning, I think 11 o'clock. So this Floral Side Design one here, I'm going to have a go at painting that in the next live. But we've also got little elephants, which are very sweet, very, very cute, which would make lovely little kind of like nursery type ones there. There we go. These are very sweet, little cute elephants. They've appeared on my site as well. There's 3 in a pack for those. So they're sliding out the bags. Marion makes everything in very slippy bags. Marion, stop making things in slippy bags. Anyway, there we go. Those are the little elephants. They're very sweet. Can you see those? They're really sweet. So we're going to have a go at painting some of those in the future as well. So they'll all be coming up. So there's lots of patchwork cutters. So the site has changed slightly now. So what you'll find is that you will see that some of the Christmas stuff has disappeared, and we're moving on to more of the spring kind of stuff that we've got coming out at the moment. We're trying to stay as relevant as we can. The aim of the game, she says confidently here, is not to get more than 500 products on the website so that we don't get confused, or me doesn't get confused, but also that we're keeping everything up to date and as relevant as we possibly can. So we're working very seasonally at the moment, and we are entering Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, Easter season, spring season, which is how another way of putting it. Lots of us are born in this season, including me. So it's a nice way of kind of looking at some of the products we've got coming up shortly that aren't maybe specifically for any particular season. But before we move to that, there is of course always going to be something that points towards Valentine's Day, and that's the Valentine's Day cupcake topper sheets, which is now available to get on the website. So we have got sheets of 15 Valentine's Day. So if you are making treat boxes for people, or if you're making cupcake boxes for anybody, then these are great if you want to use that. They are very easy to use. You literally just peel the discs off and put them on, but I'm going to show you how to do that in a minute, because we are going to do a cupcake. We're going to do a treat box today, so I'm going to show you how to put a Valentine's Day treat box together, which of course you could adapt to anything else. So if you wanted to do it for a birthday or anything else like Mother's Day or whatever, then you can easily change that over. I'm just finding my sugar paste. Unfortunately at this time of year everything is like a brick when it comes to sugar paste, so I am going to just have to put this in the microwave so I can actually get it to work. So I'm going to show you how to put the disc together, because then we've got that ready for later. And then we're going to have a look at my new cookie cutters that have just come out. Oh, actually we've got one of the disc that's come out. I'll show you this as well. This is an old favourite. Everybody loves this one. It's the best one ever. We've sold more of these than any other disc going. So I'm going to bring that out there now so you can see it. And that's our bunny. Our bunny always sells like mad every single year. And we do the bunny on the discs like we've got there. And we also do a larger bunny. Let's get the larger bunny one that goes on top of a cake. So if you want to put the bunny on top of the cake, you can, or there's little discs there. Now I have a famous YouTube video on this one. So if you have a look over on YouTube, you'll find all the information you need in terms of making that particular, so I'm just trying to cut sugar paste at the same time as I'm talking to you. You'll find how to put together the rabbit cake, which I did live last year, I think. It's a very popular video and loads of you got involved with it. I think that wasn't the buttercream incident. I think I had more trouble with the buttercream on one particular live, but I don't think it was that one. I think I survived that one. Right, let me just put this in the microwave. Sugar paste at this time of year, you can't do anything with it. It is like a brick, so it has to go in the microwave, only for 10 seconds. You don't want to put it in there for too long. That'll do, just so I can actually knead it. I would like to be able to end up with my my hands still working at the end of this. Yep, that's fine. Okay. Right, so let's have a little look. What should we look at? Let's do the chocolate lollies first, and then we'll move on to the new cookie cutters. So it obviously is Valentine's Day coming up. We have got lots of lovely chocolate moulds that are available on the website. So I'm just very carefully moving this around. Let me bring my camera back up again. It's got very low. Okay. Right, let's have a little look at what we've got. Put that down there. So I'm just moving things around. There we go. So we've got the large rose lolly. We did have this last year. It's a really nice one. I've made it out of white chocolate, and I'm going to paint it in a minute and show you. We're going to make it pink because Kelly's not here. I can do as much pink as I like, can't I, Kelly? We've also got this one here, which is called the tea rose, which is a very sweet little rose. If you just wanted to do kind of one or two little roses rather than the big one. This one is quite big. Let me put the two together and then you'll see the difference between them. But this one, again, we talked a bit about treat boxes, and we are going to build a treat box this morning, and you can see some of the options that you can use. And sometimes just a little pink flower is very sweet, and you don't need a huge, great big flower within your box, or you might if you decide to use something else. And then also we've got the classic love hearts, which I love to. This is great. So this is the love heart mold with all these different messages on there, and I've made a couple of these this morning as well. There they are. Be mine and say yes, apparently. So we're going to have a go at painting some of these up now. So we'll put those bits on there. We're going to do a couple of roses and a few bits and pieces. Then we'll do the cookie cutters. Right, let's start as we mean to go on. So we're going to do some cocoa butter painting. When you do paint chocolate, you must use cocoa butter. If you try and use anything else, you'll easily be able to paint it, but it will fall off. It will be as simple as that. As soon as you touch it, it will be falling off. So let me get my gadget out. Let's hope it's got some gas in it. Yes, it has. There we go. You never know when you come back in here, bearing in mind this is only my second live this year, exactly what's going to be working and what isn't going to be working. Right, so let's put that on there. That's our chrome food warmer under there, which you can buy off Amazon for £5 to £10. And we've got a metal paint palette that sits on top of there, and that is cocoa butter. That's what we're going to be using to paint with. So colours today, we're going to use iced pink sorbet, which is an edible art colour, which is absolutely lovely. It's a really gorgeous candy pink colour. What else? Oh, I forgot to get the green out. Let me find the green. Oh, I'm going to have to rummage now because my assistant Kelly isn't here. Right, what have I got there? Not that one, of course, not that one. Right, let's see what we've got. Moss green, that's good. So a bit of moss green. And we're going to need a little bit of black. Only a little bit. Okay. I think that should get us going. I don't think we need much more than that. So you can see that starting to melt because obviously this is starting to get hot. When that gets hot, it gets really hot. So you have to be careful what you're doing in terms of touching it, because you don't want to end up hurting yourself. Now, paintbrush wise, all my paintbrushes are numbered. So we're going to be using, when I find it, paintbrush, what's that one? 2. Oh, that's successful. Paintbrush 2 and paintbrush 00 this morning. So let's find both of those. Where's the other one gone? I saw it a minute ago. Where are you hiding? There we go. Paintbrush 2 and paintbrush 00. So they're numbered there, you can see. Now paintbrush 0, 1, 2 and 3 are in the cocoa butter painting kit, and then the 00 is in the pack of 5 or on its own. So we do a set of 5 paintbrushes. So you'll find that one in there with that group, or you can buy it on its own. But it's a good one for doing detail. And this writing, as you can see here, is very small. So we want to make sure that we've got the ability to be able to get in there and get those words as best as we possibly can. Another handy bit of equipment for painting chocolate, if you make a mistake, is a scriber. A scriber is really good because you can literally just scratch off any of the chocolate that you've got in the wrong position. So that's another option if you want to sort of think about doing anything like that. So these could be red, these could be pink, it's entirely up to you. On the website they are shown as red, so when you go onto the website you'll see the images of this one. I don't think there's images of this one in red, so I'm going to do them in pink. I'm going to just take the ends of the chocolate off that. Right, so we're going to include these in my boxes. Right, so there we go. We've near enough melted our chocolate now. Let's turn that round. So we'll dip our brush in. See what we've got here. Okay, so we'll dip our brush in and we'll grab our pink sorbet, which is just the nicest colour ever. Actually, I'll tell you what I forgot to do. I need to put a little bit of white on here. Only a little bit, just so we... There we go. I need that for later on. I've got the biggest pot of white ever next to me, so I need to do that now before I forget. Let's put that out of my way. Okay. So this is a luster colour. So because it's a luster colour, it does use a little bit more powder than perhaps some of the other ones. The luster colours always do. We're just going to start. Oh, it's ever so cold in here, so we're going to have the same problem I had last time. When I painted just before Christmas, it was very cold in here, and despite having my heater on this morning, it's still cold. So what that means is when you're taking your heat away from your paint, then it's setting very quickly. So I'm just going to paint straight over this. So it does take, you need a little bit more cocoa butter than perhaps usual, just to kind of help yourself here a little bit. Okay. If you paint in the winter, it sets quick. If you paint in the summer, it sets slow, which says something about the heat, doesn't it, really? Let's turn that round. So I'm just going to paint on the inside edge of these. So you can paint these any colour you like, entirely up to you. I'm not going to paint the edge, I'm literally just going to paint the top bit. But it is setting very quickly, courtesy of the weather. There we go, around there. So it might have to do a second layer if you find that it's setting that quick. I have done these already. I've got some other examples ready, so we'll just do one, I think, on the basis it's setting so quickly, and perhaps one of these. Let's do this one next. We'll put that one there to dry. And then all you can do with this, if you want to, is literally just paint over. So you can paint these red, or perhaps, I don't know, whatever colour you want really. It doesn't matter, does it? Whatever you think would look nice. Now there is a calyx on this, which is just down there, so you've got to find the edge of that. Although if you paint over it, it doesn't matter, because you can just go over it. Like so. And down that side. There we go. Let's grab some more. Right, so where's my calyx? There it is. Right, put that there. And then one more up that side. There we go. When it's colder and you're trying to paint a larger thing, it's easier just to push the brush down and do kind of one big stroke rather than lots of little individual one. It goes on there a little bit better. There we go, that's that one. We'll leave that one for a second. And then the big one here, if you wanted to paint that, very similar process. Again, because it's quite cold in here today, we'll give it a go and see how we get on. But you want to just start in the centre. Try and follow the pattern around the mould itself. And then at least you have got something relatively directional if it decides to set, which it is. So you can see what I'm doing now. I'm just literally taking my brush and just kind of sweeping around it to stop me having to do go over it too many times. A bit more Probably even do with a wider brush, but we'll stick with this one for the moment. There we go. How's that look on there? You could even leave just the middle pink if you wanted to. And we'll do the whole thing now we're on the roll. Now we've worked it out. A bit more cocoa butter. At least I'm not hindered by heat with the cookies. Only a little bit. Tiny bit. There we go. It's not heat, is it? It's the cold. So you can paint these in any colours. As I say, if you go to the website, when you look for this mould, it's going to come up as a red one. So you'll see it painted red. Whereas I'm doing everything for Valentine's / Mother's Day / whatever birthday. This rose is actually quite good for using across the board for anything really. Let's go that way, see if we can make it look like it's the marks of the flower. Let me see, that's working quite well. Okay. And we'll go this way now. Like so. A bit more. And then obviously once you've done this, there's no reason, if you are a sparkly person, you could spray this with a bit of finishing sparkle. So if you fancy some pink sparkly roses, you could go that route. But just bear in mind at the moment it is cold, so putting the paint on, it's not more tricky, but it's just a little bit more tricky than usual. Just have to keep going back to your paint pot a little bit more frequently than perhaps you would do normally, just to keep refilling it and working in a bigger motion so that it doesn't get too stuck together. I was painting at home yesterday. I'm at my unit at the moment, and it's obviously, well, it is obviously warmer in my house than it is down here, so I wasn't having so many issues with painting, so sure you'll be fine. You get the idea that you can literally just paint the whole thing like so. There we go. Got a nice pink rose there. And then if you wanted to do the calyx, so we'll just clean our brush up, get the pink out. I'll go for the moss green, grab a bit of white because we don't want it to be as dark as the moss green on there. We can just take our brush and we can just paint this in. Don't go too strong with your colours. This ice pink sorbet is a very nice candy colour, and you'll see everything else I've done with it today, and also Colour Splash Pink. I've been using that as well, and they've all come out really nice. So I'm going to show you the new cookie cutters in red, but I've done them all in pink as well, so you'll be able to see those as we go. So there you go. If you wanted to put a rose within a treat box, that's actually quite sweet, isn't it? It's quite nice and easy to do. So if you want to a darker one, so if you went to that darker moss green colour there, you could make this bit at the bottom a little bit darker, just to kind of vary it a little bit. There you go. How about that? See, that's very sweet, and you can imagine that in a treat box, so that would look really nice. So I'm just giving you some ideas of some of the things that you can add to these boxes along with these cookies that we're going to go through in just a second. So let me just... So red and pink is a really nice combination. So if you don't want to do everything red, you can include pink as well. So with this, I've got my 00 brush. I'm just going to follow the lettering that's written on here, which is say yes, apparently. So I've done some of these already, so you'll see those shortly. Then if you make a mistake like I've just done there, you can just take hold of the scriber and just scratch it back, and you'll be able to get rid of the colour. So don't be put off if you are doing this for the first time and you make a mistake. You can always go back and correct it that way. So this is like high speed cake decorating. Let's shop. It's how fast can I decorate everything? So there's not a lot of precision involved in this. That's why I do lots of other examples, so you actually get to see it done properly, but you get the idea anyway. There we go. And then the other thing that obviously has been coming out a lot recently has been the dotting tools, and I've used that over some of the decorations I made yesterday. There we go. Say yes. How about that? There we go. You'll get wobbly hands while you're painting. Just hold your wrist. I just put my hand around my wrist, and I try and put my hand down, hold my wrist, and then usually I'm okay. It's all about just trying to make sure you've got as much support as possible. If I'm holding my hand in the air, then the chances are that I'm going to struggle with a wobbly hand as well. So try and put your wrist down if you can. So just take that bit out there. So yeah, you get the idea with the moulds that are available. So the large rose, there is also a long stemmed rose. This is the tea rose, this one, and then this is the love heart one, which again I have used in the project that I'm going to show you shortly. Okay, so those are the 3 moulds. There are other moulds that are on the website, but I'm sure you'll find those anyway. Also for Valentine's Day this year, we have of course got limited edition Valentine's sprinkles. Here they are. These are the limited edition Valentine's sprinkles this year. They are going to be limited edition, so they won't be around for very long. There's little hearts, there's little white sprinkles, little purple ones, and some pink chocolate balls in there. They're very, very sweet. We're going to use them on some cupcakes later on, but just because I've turned around and seen them, I thought, well, I'll show you these now before I forget. But this is the Valentine's Day sprinkles for this year. So they're slightly different from last year's one. We try and vary them every year. This is the one that we've got for this year. So we've gone a bit pink this year because Kelly's not looking. Bless her. I know. The other thing you're going to find on the website is the transfer sheets. Now, lots of the transfer sheets are on offer at the moment because some of them we are not going to be selling anymore. Some we've got too many of. So you'll see a few offers on the transfer sheet. So I'm going to just move this out of the way so I don't end up causing myself loads of difficulties. And I've made these up for my treat boxes. So these are the ones I've made for the treat boxes. So these are the heart-shaped ones. These are great. So all I've done here is I've melted my chocolate, and in our case we do use Calabao chocolate. So the Calabao tempering process is a video you'll find on my YouTube channel. So if you want to go and refresh your memory about how to do that, pop over there and have a little look. And then we literally just hold the chocolate in a piping bag straight over the top of the transfer sheet, and then when it's set, you'll be able to peel them off, and you'll find that the heart pattern will have gone straight onto the chocolate. So it takes away the print, so there's no more print left on here. It has now gone onto the transfer sheet. So these are very easy to make, and they're very, again, you can include these in the treat boxes, which I hopefully will show you by the end what I've come up with. So they're just additional things that you can make, and again, you don't have to use the whole sheet. You can just cut a piece of the sheet off and go, right, I'm just going to use this little bit here, and then you can just put it away. The sheets themselves are quite big. They're sort of 40 centimetres by 30 centimetres, which is not far off an A3 size. They are quite big, so you can just cut bits off, roll them up and put them away. Just treat them a little bit like food colouring, because to be honest with you, that's all they are. They are literally coloured cocoa butter. So you've got the option there to have a go at doing just a few heart transfers. So if you don't want to make loads of things for Valentine's Day or Mother's Day or anything else like this, but these also work for birthdays as well. I think they don't necessarily just speak about Valentine's Day. I think they also cover lots of other things as well. Right, I'm going to have a little swap round with everything, so I'm going to stand up for a minute while I just move things around. So we're going to have a look now at the new cookie cutters. Very exciting. See what I've come up with now. Actually, I had these. I was a bit concerned on Thursday because the man who makes my cookie cutters had disappeared, and I thought, oh my goodness me, where is he? And he had gone on holiday. Anyway, he didn't get back to me until Thursday or Friday yesterday, and I've had all these new designs done and I hadn't ordered any stock, so the stock has now been put on order. We are expecting the stock in Monday or Tuesday next week, so please bear this in mind if you are ordering this stuff, that we will not be able to send this to you until probably Tuesday next week. So we're waiting for the rest of the stock to come in, and depending on how popular it is, obviously we'll have to see how many we need as well. So let's start at the beginning, shall we? Let's start with the envelopes, and I can talk to you about what we're going to do with these. So let me just move everything out of the way and we'll go through. There's 3 new cutters. Where have we got to? There we are. So this is the first set. Now, this is a prototype, so this is the first one that I've had in. This one here is actually going to be coming in, it's going to be cupcake size, so it's going to be a lot smaller than this one at the moment. So this one is the correct size. Now I'm looking for my tape measure, which I have spotted. That's quite handy. That never happens. So in terms of size, they are 11 centimetres that way and 6 centimetres that way. So that one is correct. This one is too big at the moment. It will be smaller. It will be 3.5 centimetres. So it's going to go down quite considerably to fit on top of a cupcake. So ignore this one, but they will be coming in a set of 2. Okay, so the envelopes, the Love Heart envelopes, will be in a set of 2. So I've made one large cookie, so let me show you what we're going to do here. We might as well start off with a cookie. I've tried to do a bit of a theme this week. Sometimes that works. Sometimes, you know me. Right, let's go. Let's move this out of the way. So I'm just juggling things a little bit here. I've got a little pile of things next to me. I don't want anything to fall off. I'll put that there. Put that there for the moment. So there's my biscuit. That's a good start. Right, so we're going to use, I decided not to use white. I decided to use this colour. Now this colour is called Autumn Leaf. And it's actually quite a nice sort of caramelly colour. There we go, and I use it on things like teddy bears, and what else do I use this one on? Sand, all sorts of different things. It's a really good colour, but it's a nice pale colour. It's not too strong. You can make it really strong if you want to, but so I'm just going to pull my jumper back a little bit because I'm getting that in the way, but we'll give that a bit of a knead to start with. But I'm actually going to add to that, sorry, the sugar paste is like a brick. It's not the brand, it's the weather. So I might have to put it in the microwave again in a minute. So let's put some of this in. So this is a sugar flare paste. So as it's a paste colour, we need a little cocktail stick to put the colour in, like so. And then we just give that a bit of a knead to work it through, because I'm going to use that across this treat box colour. So we're going to do some of the designs in a minute in red and caramel colour. Red, I think that's that, because the other colours I've done in pink. So you'll see the pink ones at the end, and we'll do the red ones now. So we've got a bit of a mix going on. So we're going more traditional Valentine's at the moment, but rather than going red and white, we're going like a caramelly colour and white, which hopefully will make a bit more sense later on. So give that a good knead to get that through. It's almost through. If you ever want to check, if you just cut your paste in half, you'll be able to check that way and see exactly whether or not it's kneaded through. If you just take hold of a knife or plastic scraper, just cut it and turn it, you'll see there's like a swirl pattern in the middle. So that means it's not fully mixed in yet, so we have to keep going. So we'll give that a bit more of a knead to make sure we've got it all through. There we go, we're nearly there. And then we'll do this one first, and then we'll move on to the other one, and then the big finale. Oh, I meant to do the Valentine's disc. I'm going to do that as well while I remember. Let's get all that lot done at the same time, shall we? Right, there we go. I'm exhausted now, clearly. I'm out of breath. Right, let's put some of that down, and I need a rolling pin. Right, and I need one of those and one of those. Okay. Right, let's start at the beginning. So we're going to decorate these with sugar paste. You can do them with royal icing if you want to, and that is why the cookie cutters have been built, so that they've got markings on them for anyone who wants to do royal icing. So because we're doing sugar paste, we have to do these in a slightly different way. So we just roll it out to start. We don't particularly want it to be really thick. We want it to be quite thin. There we go. I'm going to cut that Valentine's one out in a minute while I remember. I'm saying this out loud so I don't forget. So my little prompt isn't sat next to me. There we go. Now I have already taken lots of pictures of these new cookie cutters, and you're going to see them appearing on my Instagram in the next couple of days. So you will see them appear. Right, so we're going to take this and we're going to just put that, some icing sugar on there, pop that on like so. Take hold of the large cookie cutter and we're going to press that down. So remember what I said, because cookie dough is always cut out a bit thicker, these are not going to touch this. So what we do is we cut this out as best we can, remove the sugar paste around the outside edge, and then we take that and we flip it over. And then when we flipped it over, because it's in the same position, we will be able to just run our finger down the envelope like so. Okay, and then flip it back again, and then everything we need will be marked onto there. Okay, if you ever get any little bits that are not quite come off the edge, just take your cutting wheel and just smarten it up a little bit. Although I find actually they tend to sort of disappear around the back of the cookies. They're not too bad these days. Let's get rid of that. There we go, done. Right, let's leave that there for a second. So we need some royal icing. So we'll get some royal icing here and we'll pop it into some water and give it a bit of a mix so that we make a bit of a glue for holding down the envelopes or putting everything together. Okay, so the royal icing is now sticky. There we go, all right. And then we'll take hold of our brush. We've got our, so I've just got some water there. Let me get rid of that because I don't exactly know where that's come from. Right, there we go. Let's try and remain organised. So we'll take hold of this and we'll just paint that onto our cookie. Like so. And then we'll take that and we'll pop that on top. Like that. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of painting magic now, of course we are. So we're going to need a little bit of red. Just turn around and see what I did with that one. I'm going to need my dotting tools, aren't I? Where did I put those? Oh, here they are. Good-o, got those. Excellent news. Right, that's good. It's a bit of a miracle and I can find something very quickly. Okay. Right, let's paint. Let's get paintbrush 1, so one of the smaller paintbrushes. We'll just paint a little bit of detail on here. You don't have to do it this way, you can do it any way you want. So I'm just giving you some ideas more than anything else. So we're going to use some red, but we're going to put a tiny bit of white into it, just so that it's brightens it up a little bit. Oh, I hate it when this wobbles. Let me just hold it for a second. Give it a good mix. Okay, and then we're just going to paint that central heart. We'll do red in this case. We'll turn it round. There we go. So turn that round. So it's all marked for you. Always turn things around. Don't try and struggle. So remember, this is a set of 2. So there is a cupcake version of this that's coming as well. Not this size, smaller than that. So that will be coming out with this as the set. So it's a large and a mini. When I talk about mini cutters on my website, I'm talking about the ones that fit the cupcakes, just so we don't get confused. Okay, let's turn this around, and I'm going to have a bit more cocoa butter, I think. Let's go for that. Put some on there. Carry on just cleaning that brush for a second. And we use this one. Yeah, that's okay. And then we're just going to, oh, that one's gone in there. That's very keen. We're going to just mix up some white. Go. So we're trying to keep this subtle. We're trying not to make this too too strong. And then what we'll do is we'll paint. I did try painting this with black and it was just way too much. So I wouldn't recommend you paint these envelope parts black. It just looked hideous, quite honestly. White seems to be where you need to go with this. And the gap is there and it fits the number 1 paintbrush. So if you get that brush and just go straight down there, you'll find it works quite well. A bit more cocoa butter in there. Just keep the brush up high, just because there's a gap with where I've pushed in the cutter, the brush fits it, so it's not, you're not trying to, you know, follow anything specific, it is there for you. Right, let's get some more of this going. There we go. Okay, and then what I thought I would do is I'm just going to put a little kind of hatched line going around the outside edge of this. Let's turn it. Just in white. You can see it's very subtle. It's not meant to be sort of standing out too much. But when it's all put together, you'll see what I mean when I've done all 3 and we've got them together in a box. It'll make a bit more sense then. And if you wanted to paint little extra hearts on here, you could do that. You could pipe them if you wanted to, depending on how confident you are with piping. There you go. So don't forget you've also got this on a mini one. So let's get the white going again. And then we'll get our dotting tools out. The ones that have got the little tiny balls on the end. This is good for just doing little spots. And then we'll just do some little white spots onto our heart. Like so. I keep going back and picking up new paint each time purely because it's just so cold at the moment. There we go. Okay, so that's kind of the first one there. That's the first cookie. Again, you can put extra little hearts on there if you want to. It's not too difficult to do if you fancy doing that. So if you take your... I'm going to come back to that. I'll tell you why I'm going to come back to that because I need to get the other ones done. But you've got the idea anyway with that particular one. So that's the large envelope. And remember, there is a tiny one that goes on top of cupcakes as well. So there's 2 for that particular set. All right, so let's move that one out of the way and let's move on to the next one. So the next new cookie cutter we've got is a post box. Okay, so there we go, that's our new post box cookie cutter. So you can imagine we're going to be able to use this over a lot of different seasons. We're going to be able to use this at Christmas, aren't we? We'll remind ourselves that Royal Mail hopefully will be working by then. But also love letters going through the post, which is why when you put this all together, it is going to make sense. So we have got a post box here, which we're going to do now in red. As I say, I've already done the pink set, so you'll see the pink set later on. And we'll give this a bit of a need to start with. So in terms of size for the post box is... where are we? At the tallest point to the bottom, it's about 12 centimetres by 4 centimetres, so 4.5 centimetres. So it's not a mini, it's a large one, okay? So this will become apparent when I put it all together, so just so you know on that. So we've got some red sugar paste here. So it's a good one for Christmas, but also we're thinking here at the moment sending letters through the post. You know, we're thinking Valentine's Day cards coming through the post. That was the idea behind this one. So, in fact, I wanted to have a post box for Christmas, and then because we had the mini gonks come out, we didn't get time to do it. And we had a great big list of things that I wanted to do at Christmas, and as usual, I think we got through half of them, so that means there'll be another half coming up this year, so we will get there eventually. So pop that onto there, press down, give it a little wiggle, make sure it's cut through. Remove the excess around the outside edge, and then take it, flip it over, and then take your finger and just press down there where the markings are on the post box. There's one across there as well. And flip it back again. There we are. We have a post box. Isn't that exciting? And then we'll put our royal icing on here. Like so. And then we'll take that and very carefully lay that down onto our cookie. I don't want to get my post box squished then. Excellent. Right, don't fiddle with it. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to just paint the inside of the post box black, because obviously we can't see inside there, can we? So we'll just take our... Yeah, make one for your postman. My postman probably quite like that, actually. Okay, so we'll just paint that bit there. Turn it around. Back across that way. And you can see I'm turning it around to get my paintbrush into the corners. It's so much easier than trying to fight with it to go a different way. Now what I was going to do, I'm going to cut out a little, that part there with white. So if you get yourself a little bit of white sugar paste, you can paint it if you want to, but it will be a little bit quicker for me today to just show you what to do. So you're just going to, let's get this on, hold on. Let me do that again because I've moved it now, so I'm going to have a mark on it and that will annoy me. Not that I'm fussy. Right, let's take that. Stop juggling. There I go. Put it down. Right, press it down until it's actually marked. Now you can actually cut through if you want to. If you just take your finger, you can actually run it through. But I'm going to just peel it off this time. There we go. There's my shape. That's what I need. Take my cutting wheel and just cut that piece out. There we go. So let me give you some ideas with this. So Postman Pat, anyone doing a Postman Pat themed cake? You could make some cookies to go alongside it. I say Valentine's Day Christmas cards, so it will be a nice one to emboss onto a cake and paint at Christmas. Perhaps put a little robin sat on top of it. There we go. Right, let's take hold of some, we get another brush that's preferably not got anything on it, which is probably this one. No water in that. Right, let me get some water. Right. So we'll just put a little bit of water on there just to hold that in place. Put that on. Go. And then we've obviously got writing on there, but we're not going to go into loads of detail about what times the post is coming. So we'll just take our 00 paintbrush and we'll just do some little lines going across it, little wiggly lines. When I can get my paint to actually come out, there we go. Like so. And then if we turn it round, we can then paint across the lines as well, just to kind of highlight that bit. And you can either do that, what should we do it in? What was I doing the other one in? I think I did the other one in white, didn't I? And then I put spots all over it. I got carried away with the other post box. You'll see that one later. We'll try and go a bit more traditional, shall we? We'll try and stick to what we should be doing. Okay, what we'll do is we will go black. What brush is this? One. Okay, that's fine. So we're just going to do a line across here. And then if you want to do some of the lines up here, now what I need to do here is just extend these lines out a little bit further. There. So they go right to the ends. I've got something to paint into. There we go, that's better. Who knew a post box was this detailed, eh? So we can just do a line there if you want to, or you can paint all three, or you can leave it. Entirely up to you. I'm just going to finish that line off because I haven't quite done that right. So I've got some comparisons to show you once I've done all three, so you'll be able to see then. So how about that? That is a good one, isn't it? That's the brand new post box. So that's the post box cookie cutter. And then I'm going to show you one more everybody. But before I do that, I need to just quickly make sure I cut out a circle to do my Valentine's Day topper. Otherwise I'm going to come unstuck when I put the treat box together. So let's just roll this out, which I completely forgot to do. Okay. And then we'll do the last one. The last of the new ones anyway. Let's pop that on there. Give that a twist. And then that will do for my cupcake later on. Pop that over there. Right, there's the post box. Ready for the next one? Brace yourselves. Let's move this slightly out of the way. Let's put the post box over there. Right, here it is. This is the teddy. The teddy with the heart. This could not be any more cuter if I tried. I love it. It is a full-size cookie. It is not on a cupcake. Size-wise, it is 9 centimetres that way by 7 centimetres the other way. And I'm going to make him out of this lovely caramelly colour. And we're going to do the big red heart in the middle. So he's very nice to do, this one. So let me just get myself organised with this. Just move my palette knife out of the way. And let's get going with him. So we're going to use the autumn leaf colour again. And we're going to roll out the whole thing. We're not going to cut the heart out separately yet. We will, but not just yet. Right, so we're going to put some icing on him first. So even if you don't ice him, he still makes a really nice biscuit. You can see where he's holding his heart. He's very sweet. Pop him down. Take hold of your plastic side scraper again. Put it down. Put him on. Press down. Make sure you've gone right through. Okay, take your icing out of the way. And then we're going to take this and flip it over. And then we're going to press down his ears. There's markings, his eyes and his nose. And then the outside edge of the heart, which is there and there. Okay, flip him back. There he is. So we'll pop Teddy straight onto there. Like so, put it to one side for the moment. I've kept him as one whole piece because then I'm going to cut the heart out in red and I'm going to attach that on top. So it's going to get a little bit bigger, but actually it looked nicer, I thought, than just trying to cut the heart out and fit it all in. So that's what we're going to do. Let's give this a bit of a knead. I've tried various different things over the last few days trying to work out how to do these cutters to the best advantage, and I think this is the best way to do it. Now you could paint that heart if you want to, but I'm not going to. I'm going to cut a red heart out with sugar paste today. So let's take that, put that on there. Hold on, I need to put it on the other side because PME in their wisdom decided to write the word PME on these plastic scrapers, and of course you can guarantee I'm going to cut it every time. Right, make sure I've got this on. Yeah, just about. Right. So we'll take off the excess. So we're only interested in the heart, so we're going to flip it over. Press that down, just so we get the outside edge of it. Flip it back. Okay, there it is. And then we'll just take our cutting wheel and just cut the heart out. Now you can cut, well, I would suggest you cut the hands out. Otherwise there's a high chance you're going to have red hands appearing. We don't want those. Ooh. Went the wrong way then. So cut that bit out. And down here. There we go. Right, now we'll stick this next bit on with water. We'll get that and pop that on. Put water on rather than royal icing because it lays flatter, whereas if I do it with royal icing, there's a chance it won't lay as flat. Okay. Then we'll go back to the creamy colour, and we're going to cut the little hands out again. So I'm going to take my cutter, hopefully I haven't got too much red on it. I'm going to just pick up a small piece. It's easier just to take a piece and place it over this here. So press down and press down there so you get the edge. Like so, and then peel it off. Actually, by doing this, what happens is you end up with a shape that kind of curves around the bear, so that works out really well rather than the flat piece. Oops. Turn you around this way. There it is, that's one. And then we'll do the other one. I've got to remember which way around they are, so let me put them on first while I remember. So a little bit of water on there. Take hold of the that way round. There he is, holding his heart. Then we'll do the same again, which will be let me work this out. That one is that one. Is that right? Yeah. Don't think it matters, to be perfectly honest, it's fine. Not much in it. But it's an easy way to cut these out without having to sort of think you've got to start again and roll out balls of paste and all that stuff. It's all there for you. It's the right size, isn't it? Take a bit more water. Okay. The smaller envelope, I'm just reading somebody's comment there, will be in with the rest of the cutters on Tuesday. So everything was coming in on Tuesday. So all the post box, the teddy and the envelopes will be with us on Tuesday, hopefully. They might be here on Monday. It's just I don't want to guarantee Monday because he said he was posting it on today. So I don't want to promise something that might not arrive. Okay, so that's that part. There he is so far. Now I'm also going to do his nose before I get rid of that. So again, I'm going to take a piece of this. I'm just going to make that stand out a bit more. So I'm going to take that, put it on here, press down. Peel it back. I've got a bit of red on his nose. I don't want that. It's going to look like he's got a cold. Let's get rid of that. Let's try a different piece. Let's try again. Let's put that down. we go, let's peel that back. And then take hold of the cutting wheel again and just cut round the centre of his nose. There we go. Like so. Take that out. Trim it a bit more if you want to. And then water again. Oh, we'll put the brush actually in the water for a change. And then we'll go around there. A bit heavy on the water today. And then you can pop that piece in. So you wanted to build him up a bit. Then you've got it like that. Now, you can do whatever you want with your bear in terms of decorating it, but I did use this mould here, which is called Tiny Decorations. There's another mould called bow mould, which is an FPC mould. So either of those two moulds have got this bow on it. It doesn't matter which one you get. And we've got a limited supply of either. The bow one's just got lots and lots of different sized bows on it. This one's got, I think, 2 or 3 bows, but it's also got things like padlock, little mini flower, mini rose, all sorts of different things. Doesn't really matter. Right, so I'm just going to push that little bit of paste into there. This works better with modelling paste or a really good strong sugar paste. Because I use Massaccino, which is a very strong sugar paste, these work really quite well in these moulds, so I don't usually have too many problems with getting them out. So I'm going to take that out. I'm going to just cut the tails off here. I was going to look for my sharp knife actually, but I obviously moved that, or maybe I'll leave it on. No, I want to cut them off because his head is quite small, so I use my cutting wheel. So I'm just going to remove these tails. I mean, you can leave them on if you want to, but I'm going to take mine off. There we go. Just flatten it down a little bit. And then we'll take a little bit of royal icing and we'll pop that up there on his head, and we'll put a little bow on there. There we go. He's looking good. Right, let me just move these little bits out of the way, just so I can actually look like I'm tidy. There we go. All these bits in the bag. Right, let's bring that in. Bring the cocoa butter back in. And then next thing we'll do is we'll take our paintbrush. So we've got paintbrush 1 here, and we will paint his nose. So we'll go round inside this little gap here, remembering of course it's all marked out for you, so you can just literally go round and paint it. So you can do these in any colour. So, okay, this is at the moment very much leaning towards Valentine's Day. But if you wanted to do, you know, new arrival of a baby, or you wanted to do Mother's Day or happy birthday or anything like that, you can customise these. So if you want to do the bear in a different colour, that's if you want to do the bear in pink or brown or whatever colour you choose, then you can obviously change the colour. You can change the colour of the heart. Because we're in Valentine's season, I thought I would do a red one, although I have done a pink one as well, so we'll see that one in a minute. And then just paint on the inside of this. It's quite tricky to get onto the inside of eyes, but you just keep moving it around. Always paint forward, then I can see what I'm doing. There he is. And then I am going to take my dotting tool. Now I can use, let's get the white round here again. Make sure I've got enough white paint to do this. Might need to mix a tiny bit more up. Let's just clean that brush up to see what we've got in there. Try and make sure there's no colours. No, grab some of this. There we go. Bit of extra paint in there. Grab this. So this is the dotting tool with one of the little ends on it, and then I'm just going to take this. I'm going to dot the heart. So remember, the dotting tools give you an exact round dot, whereas a paintbrush won't. That is why there is huge benefit to these. I use these all the time. We do have them in packs on the website. They are key bits of equipment for painting. Okay, and then I'm going to have got some smaller dots on the other side. So if I turn that over, I can do some mini ones on the bow on top of his head, or her head, whichever. And then I'm going to use the same side just to put a tiny little dot in the eye. Do that again. It's not quite dry. There we go, that's better. This one's not quite dry, the other one is. And then a little tiny dot on his nose as well. Okay, because that always then brightens it all up and you can then actually see everything a lot clearer. I forgot to do his mouth, didn't I? Let me give him a mouth. So if you want to give your teddy a mouth, just do a line straight down like that. We'll make him smiley, shall we? Of course we will. There we are. How about that? That's good, isn't it? So that is the new teddy bear mould. Let me get all of the new moulds in, so all the cookie cutters in, so you can have a look at them. Get them all together. Oh, I've now got the bow mould comparison. So that's the FPC bow mould, and this is Tiny Decorations. So they're two different moulds, but they both have the same bow on it that I've used on the head of the bear. So either of these two, I haven't got many of these left at the moment, but either or is fine. This one obviously got a selection of bows, and this one's got lots of sort of little different bits and pieces on there. So let's put them all up there. So that's the teddy. That is the post box. We get that on? Yes, we can. And that's the envelope. Remembering, of course, there is a large envelope as well and a small envelope, a mini one to go on top of cupcakes. So there are two different ones there. I'm going to just bring that one in like that. Let's get my Valentine's Day sheet, which actually I will have to do because we're normally quite busy on Valentine's Day. So let's get a paintbrush. Let's get a wide one. Done. So we'll just put some water on here. There we go. And then we'll peel back one of these Valentine's Day toppers and we can just pop that on there like that. How easy is that? That's straightforward, isn't it? We can manage that. Right, I'm just going to move things around a little bit because we're going to, I have to blow out this candle or she'll forget otherwise. We're going to make a treat box now. So we're going to gather some of the bits that we've made. We're going to just ice a couple of cupcakes. We've got these ready. And we're going to do a red and pink one, I think. That will probably be the best answer. I'm going to show you, actually, before I go too much further, the comparisons of what I have done. So you can see the pink versions as well as the red ones, but I am going to have to clean this because it's driving me crazy. Let me just get this wiped down. We come on screen for a second while I do my cleaning. Let me find the stuff. Hold on. Right, then I can actually look organised, you see. Right, just give this a quick wipe. There we go. That's better. There we go. Okay. Let's have a look at the comparisons here. So we have got, there's the teddy. Let me get this in the right position here. So that's the teddy in red. That's one I've done in pink. And that's the cutter. We have got the post box, which I have done red. And I've also done it in pink. There we go. And then we have got that one. And then we have got this one. So I'm going to put the measurements on the site shortly. It's just I got a bit carried away yesterday trying to get all this lot done. So I haven't put all the sizing on yet, but I will quickly run through it now if anybody's watching and wants to know what sizes they are. So the post box itself is coming out at 12 centimetres approximately from there to there, and 4 and a bit centimetres that way. The envelope is 10, I think, yeah, 10 centimetres by 7, and the teddy is 9 centimetres that way. So there we go, there's a nice little collection of different ones that you can do there to make up a treat box. Right, let's get the cupcakes done. You can see how sweet they are. The teddy's great, isn't it? I'm very, very happy with that. Right, I'm going to move everything onto a green tray, and then we can do the cupcakes. I'm going to just remove these for a moment. Take the post box out of the way. Oh, that sounded dodgy. Right, put the cupcakes under there. Now the other thing we have got, before I go too much further, we have got these little boxes that have just come in. We had these in very, very late on Christmas. And we didn't really get much chance to do anything with them. They are pre-assembled. They're ever so strong. They can be reused. We had them to fit the reindeer. So the reindeer cookie cutter that we had does fit this, but also so does the teddy. So if you wanted to make an individual cupcake, or sorry, individual cookie for somebody, then the little teddy does fit inside these boxes like so. And we're selling the boxes in packs of 2. Now I've got a limited supply of those in at the moment. What I'm going to do is I'm going to order some more, because already this morning somebody had been on there and spotted them and had ordered a load, so I do need to get some more of those in. But if you want to just present one little teddy in a box, the boxes are in 2s, because otherwise it's not worth us sending you one box. So if there's another option there for you. So I'll pop the teddy in the box just there, and we'll bring the cupcakes in there. So I've just got some buttercream, which I did heat up before I went live, and it's now like a brick. So I need to heat it up again. There's something about winter, isn't there, and sugar and buttercream. So I'm going to just have to blast it back in the microwave. Otherwise, there's no chance that I'm going to be able to pipe with this at all. It'll be absolutely terrible. I don't want to overheat it there. That's the last thing I want. Liquid buttercream. Definitely not. Yeah, when I wish I didn't put this in the bag. That would have been a disaster, wouldn't it? Don't want to do that. So another go. Give it a bit more. And then I've got a 1M nozzle in a bag. Okay. Oh, that's better. I can actually stir it now. Good-o. Right, let's find the bag and the nozzle, which I have put in one of my incredibly safe places. It's here somewhere. Let's have a look at the teddy while I look for that. There you go, I'll put that there, and you can all have a look at that while I'm trying to find my piping bag, which I had beautifully organised for myself. No, okay. Perhaps I just opened the bags and didn't actually do it. Oh, I did. I must be going mad in my old age. Right, we'll start again. Oh no, there it is. Look at that. Oh, I knew I wasn't going mad. Right. Okay. Cupcakes. Right, so I've just got some vanilla buttercream today and some sponge cakes. I'm not making this too complicated. Just keep it nice and straightforward. And we'll just push that down into the 1M nozzle. So, oh gosh. So I'm just going to take some of the buttercream and just push it down the outside edge here. Now, I haven't actually put this box together yet. It's all news to me as well as what it's going to look like. So we've got various things that we made up. Do you remember we had the transfer sheets at the start? We had the little roses, and we've got post box, and we've now got cupcakes. So we've got lots of different things that we can use. So I'm sure there's lots of variation that we can come up with. And remember as well, even though it is very much going to be about Valentine's Day, this could easily be switched over to a really nice birthday box for somebody. If you change this topper to happy birthday and you use the pink, maybe the pink roses and the little teddy and the post box, the letters, all of those things are still very relevant. I need muscles today to get around this. Oh my goodness me, the buttercream. Right, just about made it. So I've got my little sprinkles as well. Where's my Valentine's thing? There it is. Let's pop that on there before I lose it. So press that down there. And then you can take some of the little hearts if you want that's in here. Pop those on. So I'm picking out some of the hearts, but there's lots of other sprinkly bits in here as well that you can use on your cupcake. Go. There's one cupcake done. Right, let me get this icing going again. Oh, the joys of it being like a brick. Well, at least I can laugh about it, I suppose. Even after it's been in the microwave, it's still, there we go. Right, come on. I can do this. I've got white knuckles literally getting that out. Right, there we go. And then I said I'd made some of these earlier, so that's one of the little chocolate ones that we had before. And again, you could take some of the other sprinkles that are in the packaging for the Valentine's Day one and just put those on as well. You can always kind of even separate these out a little bit, can't you? Put those on there, like so. Okay, very sweet. Right, okay, let's get this box assembled, see how we get on with that. Right, what do I do with it? There it is. So we have got treat boxes in stock. These are plain white ones with a clear lid. There we go, like so. So I'm just clearing up a bit so I don't end up knocking something over. That's what the treat boxes look like. So they do have a section that you can take out if you don't want to put cupcakes in there. If you want the whole thing to be treats, then you can take those out. But if you want to leave them in, then you could pop your 2 cupcakes in there as well. Let's pop those in there for now. Turn that round a little bit. It's probably easier to turn the topper than the cupcake, isn't it? Making it difficult for myself. I've got some of the white shredded paper. We've got red as well. So if you want to use red, you don't actually need that much. You just need enough to make sure the cookies don't go moving around. Okay, like so. I'm going to just lift that up at the moment. I'm just reading a comment about, are we doing the mini envelope on its own? And the answer to that is no at the moment, because we've only just, if they come out as a set, we tend to bring them, you know, if they come out, like we did the mini gonk and the gonk separate because they were brought out at 2 different times. If they come out at the same time, they tend to all be together. Right, let me think about this. So we have got our teddy. Let's get the teddy in there. That's the most important thing, isn't it? So we'll put our little Valentine's teddy in there so we can juggle things around here a little bit and see what we think as we go. And then we could go red post box or we could go pink post box. Let's go pink. Don't tell Kelly. And we could put a little lolly in there. I'll tell you what, let's have a shift round. Put that there maybe. Whoops. Put our envelope there. What else did we make? We made some flowers, didn't we? Oh yeah, here we go. Move your teddy up there a little bit. We've got a gap there, so we could put in a little one of those. See if we can get another one in. No, we're getting a bit cluttered now. I'll tell you what, we'll put that one over there. So this is a game. Plan the treat box. Put that there. And I can feel myself going, that one there, that one there. Anyway, you can spend a bit of time fiddling around with this. I think what I need to do is actually make this lollipop stick shorter. There we go, that's better. So you could tuck that in under there if you want to. Oh, I haven't got my flour in now. Forgetting what I'm doing. Let's put the flour in. There we go. How are we doing? That's not too bad, is it? Happy days. Let's get that in the corner there. And then the lid that goes on top of this is actually clear, so that would just fit straight over the top of the whole box. Then you can hand the whole thing over and it's done. Or you've got the alternative of having the little tiny boxes with the red. They are actually red on the side, these boxes as well. Let me just move that over so you can have a little look and see both of them on there. What I'm going to do is take the lid off this, because when the cameras are on, all it does is reflect on the lights, so it doesn't actually show you anything. It's really annoying. So I'm going to take that off, move that across, and then you'll be able to see everything then. There we go, look at that. You can get that sorted. All right. So I think there's lots of ideas there for Valentine's Day or birthdays. So this would make a really nice birthday box if you just change this to happy birthday, and then you could have different ones on here. You don't have to use these particular ones. You can always pipe some flowers, or if you turned it into all sorts of other boxes for different seasons, you know, this can easily be a birthday. You could write somebody's name on here if you wanted to, change your transfer sheets. I think this would make a really nice birthday box for somebody. I really can see this working really well. Perhaps I'll have to do one at some point so that we can see how that is going to work out. This is lovely. I'm very pleased with these little boxes. They're very, very sturdy, these boxes, and if you play your cards right, you'll be able to get the box back off whoever had it and use it again. So something to think about there, but you will need a little bit of shredded paper in there just to hold the bear still, otherwise he does tend to sort of shift around a little bit. So there we go. All right, give you a few more seconds to look at that, and then I'm going to take some photos of it and you'll be able to see it on the channel. Right, okay, so we've had a very, very busy morning going through lots of different ideas for Valentine's Day, but also for other things that you can do for birthdays. So I'm always trying to show you that it's not just Valentine's Day and it's just not Mother's Day, but it is lots of other things that you can do across the board as well. Even when we get towards Easter, the idea of spring and yellow and all these kind of bright colours, it just very much appeals to me that you can do lots of kind of birthday things with that as well. So this morning we started off with talking about the Cake School. So the Cake School address is up there. We've had the brand new cupcake bouquet that's come out this week, so if you do want to have a go at doing a cupcake bouquet, we now have that class available on the Cake School. It is available for you to purchase, or you can sign up as a member, so as a gold or gold member only for cupcake bouquets. Today they have got this one come out, except I pressed the wrong thing again. Let me press the right one this time. There we go. This is the new class that's come out today for gold members and Sugarcraft members. This is the Castle Reveal cake. So this one is being available now. So anyone who is currently a member, if you go to Teachable, you will find that class there waiting for you. Anyone else who'd like to join it, you can go and sign up for it via the website, which is shown at the bottom of the screen now. We have got one more instalment of How to Price Your Cakes on Wednesday evening at 6:30. This is the last time this class is going to be run as a Facebook Live. I have put it on offer at £10. So if you are someone who is struggling to price up your cakes, or you have already signed up for this class and you would like an update, then you will be able to tune in on Wednesday evening at 6:30 on this Facebook page for How to Price Your Cakes. We'll send you a link so that you will be able to join there. Then we went to Patchwork Cutters on Tuesday and we did a little demo on there with the spring flowers, so we showed you that. So we've got a lot of Patchwork Cutters stuff in stock. We've got rid of some of the Christmas stuff now, and we've moved on to some of the stuff that's coming up, including cupcakes, elephants, bit of a weird mix, cupcakes and elephants, spring flowers and floral designs. I will be doing some more painting on Patchwork Cutters, but not next week, it will be the following week, so you will be able to watch that again. What else have we got? Then we've obviously been looking at all the Valentine's bits and pieces. The new little cute bunnies discs are out again. We can't dare get rid of those because they're so popular. And the Valentine's Day box. So if you've just joined us, we've just done this morning, and if you've missed it, you will be able to go back and watch it again. So if you have missed out on anything I've done this morning, then you can tune in there. Don't forget, of course, as well, we have got the new Valentine's sprinkles, which are just showing there on the right hand side. They're a limited edition for Valentine's Day, so if you fancy decorating some cupcakes with those as well, again, they're very pink and girly, so you might like to use them on birthday cakes as well. There's little hearts in there, they're very sweet, so there is lots of scope there for you to be able to use them on not just Valentine's Day, so you will be able to use them in lots of different places. So Let's Shop Cake Live won't be back next week because it's my birthday, so I won't be here next week. It is actually my birthday next Saturday, so I won't be here next Saturday. We will put up again when we are going to be coming back on. What we're going to be doing is slightly less lives so that we can bring you better and bigger stuff, newer stuff each time. I'm very much focusing on the content of the cake school at the moment, so that's my number one priority at the moment. I'm painting furiously and creating all sorts of cakes and filming for the school. So if you do want to join the school, you would be very welcome. So do have a look at it. It's nice monthly membership at $12.50, gives you access to all of my classes, and it would be nice if you would like to join us. But remember, I won't be here next week, so I don't think I've got any lives next week. I've got lots of other bits and pieces going on. I've got lots of nice people taking me out for an afternoon tea and things, so I will be going out and about next week. And more cakes and bits and pieces that we'll be doing, and lots of filming next week as well. So I will put up on this page when I'll be back next with Let's Shop, but all of the Valentine's stuff I will take photographs of now, and you will be able to see it on this page and on my Instagram. If you're already following us on Facebook, then that's the page you need to follow us. It's at Tracey Mann Cakes, and also YouTube as well. If you find us on YouTube, you'll find lots of videos on there, and weirdly the Instagram has also got the same name. How weird is that? You'll find some stuff on there as well. We're doing very well on TikTok at the moment, so if you do have a TikTok account, you want to join us on there, funny enough, that's also at Tracey Mann Cakes. If you go onto there, you will find lots of videos on there. We did a Harry Potter wedding. It seems to be doing very well at the moment, so if you want to go and have a look at any of the videos that we take on our way as well, you'll be able to see that. So thank you very much. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you. She saved me. Thank you very much for putting up all my links, because my lovely Kelly isn't here anymore. She's in the Netherlands now. And I will see you all again soon. So take care. Enjoy your day. Stay warm, and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.